What if IT admins could use a single tool to configure entire fleets of systems, troubleshoot critical problems, and automate complex data center activities? Look no further. PowerShell has been a vital tool for years, and it's better than ever. PowerShell is a scripting language that adds functions essential for automation and scalability. Microsoft designed the PowerShell language to automate system tasks such as batch processing and to create system management tools for commonly implemented processes. Its purpose is to help IT professionals configure systems and automate administrative tasks. System administrators in both IT departments and external entities like managed service providers use it because of its scripting capabilities. It's built on the .NET framework and works with objects, while most command line shells are text-based. PowerShell can handle a wide range of activities. It can manage individual computers or entire server fleets with equal ease. It can configure system hardware and install or update software. It can provide detailed reports on system operations and dependencies. It can even extract information on OSs, such as the specific version and service pack levels. PowerShell providers are programs that make data contained in specialized data stores accessible at the command line. Those data stores include file system drives and Windows registries. PowerShell replaced Microsoft's command prompt, which dates back to the DOS of the 1980s. Microsoft, for example, made PowerShell the default command line interface, CLI, for Windows 10 as of build 14791. PowerShell's role as a command line shell is how most users become acquainted with the technology. It's available by default on most recent Windows systems. In 2016, Microsoft open-sourced PowerShell and made it available on Linux and Mac OS. Here, we'll go over the basics of PowerShell and how to get started with it. For a deeper dive, explore our complete collection on all things PowerShell by clicking on the link above or in the description below. The most appealing reason to use PowerShell, or any kind of command line interface, is to have precise and repeatable control over a desired action or task flow. This kind of control can be difficult or even impossible to replicate with a traditional graphical user interface. When you try to perform an intricate task with a GUI, that means you are manually clicking buttons, moving sliders, selecting files from multi-layered menus, and taking other actions. GUIs were designed to be comfortable for humans to use, but they can be time-consuming and cumbersome. They're also error-prone, especially when a task must be repeated hundreds or thousands of times. PowerShell is a command line interface with a mature and detailed scripting language. It lets someone with rudimentary programming skills craft a detailed set of specific instructions, also called a script, for a desired task, such as configuring a new computer or installing a new software package. The task can be just about anything, finding a desired file maybe, or describing a desired state configuration for the system or other systems. Once the script is created, it can be saved as a file and executed with a click. That way, the same task can be repeated exactly the same way for any number of times. Different scripts can also be chained together to create complex and highly detailed tasks. Functions like these are absolutely essential for automation and scalability. So what PowerShell does is help system administrators perform complex and highly repetitive tasks with a high level of automation and accuracy that a GUI simply can't replicate. PowerShell is a complex platform with a vast array of functions that support sophisticated enterprise-class tasks. Many of these can be automated with programming, scripts, or specific commands called commandlets. Most system administrators must become proficient in PowerShell to perform their day-to-day duties well. Need to learn PowerShell? There's no single pathway to learning PowerShell, but here's a quick list of some common approaches. Tinker with it. PowerShell is free and already installed on virtually every Windows computer. Just type PowerShell into the Windows search bar to locate it. PowerShell enthusiasts can deepen their knowledge by trying new commands and experimenting with new commandlets. Study Microsoft documentation. Microsoft provides free and comprehensive documentation for all aspects of PowerShell, including commands and commandlets. Students and professionals alike can use it to expand their PowerShell knowledge. Take a training course direct from Microsoft. Microsoft provides free and extensive learning content for PowerShell, including a self-paced introduction. Take online classes. You'll find a wide range of self-study and guided courses focused on various aspects and use cases for PowerShell. Udemy promotes a range of PowerShell courses including Learning Windows PowerShell, Master Microsoft PowerShell, and PowerShell for Active Directory administrators. Check your local colleges and adult education centers to see if they offer instructor-led coursework for PowerShell users. Finally, you can go old school and read books. There are countless books out there to help pump up your PowerShell expertise. Two recent examples are Learn PowerShell in a Month of Lunches by Travis Plunk, James Petty, and Tyler Leonhardt, and Windows Server Automation with PowerShell Cookbook by Thomas Lee. Remember, none of the options I just mentioned are mutually exclusive. In fact, mixing it up a little, in any combination, can accelerate your route to PowerShell proficiency. Ready to try out PowerShell? It's easy to access. Any computer running Windows 10 or later already has PowerShell installed by default. You can invoke PowerShell simply by typing PowerShell into the search bar, then select the PowerShell app from the resulting search list. You can also call up PowerShell by entering PowerShell.exe in the Run dialog. PowerShell 7 supports cross-platform installation on many Linux distributions. You can launch it by typing pwsh at the Linux command prompt. The launch process is similar under Mac OS. Once PowerShell is installed, simply open a terminal window and type the command pwsh. Now, let's dive into creating and running a PowerShell script. PowerShell is primarily what's called an execution platform. So developers generally create scripts in a different tool and then run those scripts through PowerShell. There are countless options for creating a script, most common being almost any ordinary text editor. The PowerShell ISE, Microsoft Visual Studio Code, or even the basic Notepad app in Windows. Let's review some basic steps to create a simple, one-command script. In this example, we'll just use Notepad on Windows 11. First, open Notepad. In Notepad, use the write-host command and enclose some basic text in quotations. Then click File and select the Save As option. Next, enter a useful name for the script, such as script.ps1. Click the Save button. Now you've created a script and saved it as a PS1 file. Next, you need to change the execution policy on the system so that scripts will run, as scripts are blocked by default. To do this on Windows 11, follow these steps. Click Start and search for PowerShell, then select Run as Administrator. PowerShell starts. Now type the command set-execution policy remote signed. This tells PowerShell to change the execution policy. Select the Yes to All option by typing A and pressing Enter. Finally, the new script can be executed using the ampersand command, the path to the script, and the name of the PS1 file created. It should look like this. When creating script files, it's a good idea to provide a well-known folder path for holding script files. It's also a sound practice to include version control or other version management techniques, such as adding a version designation to the PS1 file name. For example, instead of naming the file script.ps1, add something more meaningful. For example, this name indicates that the file version 1.0 was created on the 1st of February 2023. Even though PowerShell is now open source, Microsoft continues to actively contribute to open source PowerShell development. After 2 decades, PowerShell is ubiquitous in enterprises. Actually, it's practically irreplaceable. Now, don't expect groundbreaking new features and functionality in PowerShell. Just continual updates and maintenance into the foreseeable future to meet the changing capabilities of Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. That said, there are some developments on the immediate horizon, including better and simplified automation, improved configuration, and remote operation.